was the eagerly awaited clash between old rivals Kildare and Meath. Their championship record is incredibly close. Kildare have won 15 times and Meath 14. Let's watch the action now with commentary from Kevin and Marty.
It's the same Kildare team that started against Louth, which looks strong down the middle and pacey out in the wings. The half-forward line of Cathal McNally, Eamon Callaghan and Sean Hurley are built for versatility, while the inside line of Kelly, Fogarty and Brophy will undoubtedly provide the greatest scoring threat. Meath manager Mick O'Dowd is forced to make some late changes. Owen Harrington starts at corner back. Brian Menton is moved from centre field to the defence, while Shane O'Rourke is transferred to midfield. It means Dalton McDonough is now named at centre half forward. Andrew Tormey to Pádraig Harnan. Donnacha Tobin. 3 against 2 up here, and the ball is hanging. It's danger for Kildare. Oh, a brilliant save by Mark Donlan. It's back with Meath, Stephen Bray. Hugh McGrillen staying with him. Great vision by Bray. Coming forward is Andrew Tormey, laying it off for Shane O'Rourke. He chips it just over the crossbar. Good play from the Royals, but a fantastic save by the Kildare keeper, Mark Donlan.
Lively opening to this Leinster semi-final.
Damien Carroll. A lovely part of County Meath called Ballinambrackey. It's a good ball inside. Right man, right place. It's Stephen Bray. It's the left foot they've got to watch, and it's over the bar. Stephen Bray is looking back out of the referee, wondering, was he fouled?
Well, was he fouled? I don't think so. It looks like great shepherding. Certainly, Hugh McGrillen is making a massive effort to get goal side of him, and he has to be satisfied with the point.
Loose ball picked up by Damien Carroll, heading past the Kildare 45. Making himself available is that man Stephen Bray. The left boot is deadly. It's over the bar for his second point.
This is the main man here, Stephen Bray. Started really well. We know how dynamic he can be. 2 great points. Great start for him.
Stephen Bray is going to cause serious problems for Kildare. Here comes Damien Carroll. Ball inside, shot, a goal! Back off the crossbar, it's McGrillen that gets away with just a touch to knock it away from Stephen Bray. Comes back outside for his Andrew Tormey, and that's over the bar.
But well, did it cross the line, Marty?
The umpires didn't react. And fair credit as well, it's outside, and it's Hugh McGrillen came in to knock it away. Niall Kelly threading a ball through the middle to Pádraig Fogarty. Look who's to his left if he can find him. It's Sean Hurley. That way was blocked, so Fogarty had to go around in the other direction, and he gets his 4th point of the match.
These young guns, they're very good footballers.
Coming through the middle is Brian Mead. Here comes Shane O'Rourke. 3 Kildare players around him. Despite that, he has a goal, comes back off the post. Dalton McDonough is hovering, he shoots and Donlan saves. Back to McDonough again, determined to get it in. A double save by Mark Donlan. And Kildare are surviving. Damien Carroll. Dalton McDonough is in, it's his 2nd, 3rd time, the ball is available. It's Bray, the referee has signalled to play on, now he's given a penalty. And Rory Hickey, the referee, has decided that this is a penalty. And here comes Andrew Tormey against Mark Donlan. It's a goal for the County of Meath. Really well taken penalty. Ball breaks inside. It's Dalton McDonough facing the keeper yet again. And this time McDonough finds the net. And Kildare are in deep, deep trouble, and Meath are well on their way to the Leinster football final. And there's only almost 3 minutes gone in this second half. Ollie Lyons to his captain, Eamon Callaghan. Cathal McNally got there, just about. Ball inside for his Niall Kelly. Giving a chance, and it's deflected over the crossbar. But it was a really good move by Kildare. Down towards Alan Smith. Did well. Very well.
Nice bit of strength showed here by Alan Smith. Comes back onto his right foot, his best side, and drives it over.
Pádraig O'Neill. His own wonderful engine in him. He's giving it everything here. Niall Kelly. There's Tommy Mulick. Still Mulick having a shot, and it's over the bar. Listen to the buzz around Croke Park as the Lily White supporters come alive. Nice little touch. Tomas O'Connor coming through the middle. It's a chance for Kildare, and it's Mulick, and he drives it over the crossbar.
Yeah, it's very like the last chance, isn't it, Marty? Puts that on the floor, and he could have 2 goals instead of 2 points to his name.
Looping ball from Eamon Callahan. Need to be somebody outside. Flaherty does a chance here. It's Smith. Oh, it comes back off the post. Nothing going right for Kildare. Graham Riley has the final touch on a Leinster Championship semi-final victory for Meath. The full-time score, Meath 2-16, Kildare 17 points.
Every team is so well prepared, and Kildare didn't really have a period in the first half where they were totally dominating us, and there was going to be some period where they dominated us, and they did it well in the second half, and we'll just look at that and see what we can learn from it for the next day.
Is there a question over the way Kildare were set up defensively today? Could you have packed it out more, do you think?
Yeah, we set up defensively the same way in the second half. You know, and Meath, in the last 25 minutes, Meath had only 4 attacks. So I suppose it's down to an element of getting your job done right. And in the middle, we didn't apply enough pressure at all on the opposition's players, and just need to get more pressure on them. So I suppose when a Meath player gets the ball unopposed, or he receives the ball from a kick pass that's unopposed, players in the middle are able to pick out their players and give an accurate ball in. It's very hard for a defender then when he's faced up one-on-one. So, you know, disappointing with goals. The 2 of those goals really causes problems.
Meath today, the fact that they played in Division 2 of the Football League, Kildare played in Division 1, where you believe they saw a different kind of defensive strategy, as we, in fact, most of us saw during the league campaign.
I don't think it's so much a theory. I mean, it's a simple fact that in Division 1, every team played man-to-man football this year. So
I'll give you the black card thing, was it?
Well, I'll give you a good analogy. I mean, Derry had a fantastic Division 1 campaign. The first blanket defence we hit was Donegal in the first round of the championship. Couldn't cope with it at all. I mean, could not cope with it. They controlled the game, won it by far more than the scoreline suggested. Then we played Longford, who are Division 4, and Big Barden, the Longford full forward, he was interviewed on RT radio after the game, and he said, we saw how badly Derry struggled against Donegal's blanket defence, so we decided to do the same. Now, they did it with a few weeks' notice, and they beat Derry comfortably. Derry played. Some of Derry's individuals played heroically. I mean, Mark Lynch put in a performance that Jack O'Shea would have been proud of, and yet we lost the game comfortably and should have lost by more. And again, you saw Kildare today, man to man, every game in the league. They come in against Meath, who are dropping men back, which happens in Division 2 because it's a division of sweepers and defensive systems, with Donegal, Monaghan being the 2 foremost exponents of it in the land, Armagh playing with 2 full-time sweepers, etc., etc. So their forwards are used to playing in asphyxiated spaces, and, you know, having to do everything at split second, at speed, threading passes. And then today, I mean, just the wide open spaces in front of them, man to man. It was dead easy, wasn't it, Pat?
The theory is absolute cobblers, though. It's a load of rubbish. Because, to be perfectly honest, the black card was introduced into the league. There was no defending in the league because defenders were just.
That's not true. Defenders were just. Division 2 was extremely defensive.
Defenders were completely. Defenders were completely.
Only in Division 1. Only in Division 1.
In every division. That's
completely wrong.
That's why the scoring aggregate in every single division was much higher this year in the league, for the very simple reason there was no defending.
Only in Division 1.
It was a false scenario because it had the intensity of challenge games. But let's get
not in Division 2, Pat. That's wrong about Division 2. And you were here also for hold on. You were here also for.
Explain to me how that impacts on today's game, Pat Spillane.
Well, I'll tell you,
not being used to play against it.
Not plan where they isolated McDonough and Stephen Bray and moved the ball quickly into that space. They had a defensive plan where they retreated 12 and 13 bodies behind the ball. That's why they won. Kildare came with absolutely no defensive plan, which they needed to do given their woeful defensive record. I feel sorry in one sense for the full back line because they were left isolated. It's impossible for a full back or a cornerback to try to defend when you're isolated one-on-one and a guy getting the ball comfortably into his hands in space. Now, they did improve in the second half, and in fairness, they came from 11 points down. They made a bit of a game of it in the second half. Was that all to do with a huge improvement in their performance? Perhaps it was. Jason Ryan brought in 2 fellas into the full back line. Smith made a big difference, and I can't understand why they don't play Tomas O'Connor, because I think he provides the target in that. And if you look at the statistics from the game, and it sort of sums it up, 141 hand passes by Kildare, 80 hand passes by Meath. Why was there 141 hand passes by Kildare? Because their build-up was slow, ponderous. Then when they were faced with the blanket, a bit like Derry against Dublin, or Derry against Donegal, where they went lateral, they went sideways, they didn't have a plan. So credit to Meath, they impressed for 50 minutes. Will they pose a big threat to the Dubs if they win, given this performance?
The players have to have a platform to perform. And I mean, Kildare, it was very, very clear that they were going to be destroyed if they continued to play they were playing. And at half time, instead of reorganising the team and making sure that there was a sweeper in place, Meath came out at the start of the second half. Just, I mean, it was so easy. Like, you just wouldn't see that at county level nowadays. And then what he decided to do was to take off his 2 cornerbacks, and all he was doing was switching lambs to the slaughter, because it was the tactics that were dictating the game. And I don't think, like Meath are not a very good team. They're not a very good team by any standards. And yet they walked that game, and they should have scored about 7 or 8
In actual fact, Kildare brought the score down towards the end, Pat, but the game was really over when Meath got that second goal, and we were surprised.